Hello everybody and welcome back to Top Troops. And we are finally there. It is version 2 time. And yes, it is a doozy. A lot has changed. As you can see, I still have a lot of squad coins, a lot more diamonds than I had previously because a lot of resources was changed. And we can quickly look at some of those here. Obviously, the 5,000 on the change, and basically I'm assuming this would be for the effort that was put in that will never be gotten back. And then magical ascension items that have been transformed, and lastly all of those units we had lying around that was above a certain rank, we got trainers for them. Now, trainers is just another way of leveling your units, which we'll look at in a second. And that's why my map is a little bit more clean, but there's a lot of things floating around. Now, let's get into some of the most significant changes first, which is when we look at our units here, you'll see you have a rank 1 archer, rank 2, rank 4s we have here, and I think all of these are rank 4. Now, rank 4 will be the highest that you can get it to. How do you rank your units? Very easy. As we did previously, there we go, there's 5 of them. So from rank 1, they will move to rank 2. From rank 2, they move to rank 3. And then merge them again, they go to rank 4. So that is all great and well. However, where it gets a bit confusing and different now is when you want to level a unit. And let me go to something that needs to be leveled. Let's look, for instance, Spirited Tiger. To ascend him, we can go to the Ascension Hall, and here we can see that little red dot means we can ascend him because we have a bunch of legendary wild fragments that we can use. Now, at the bottom we can see we already have 6 fragments, and this is most likely from a previous summon, where we got fragments from a chest. However, we don't want to ascend right now. We're fine with him being at rank 6. We want to level him. Now, how do we level? We need to basically, like Ascensions previously was, where you would feed copies of a unit or a similar faction copy, epic, to that unit to rank them up or to level them. Here, you just feed copies of the units. Now, these first bunch of items you'll see here are those trainers they refer to that they gave us. But let's just go down a little bit. Here you can see this is where our units start. And as you can see, it already highlighted similar faction units, but they're lower rank. Now, when we go through this, for instance, if I use one rank 3, there you can see it's 120 that it will give me, whatever that is, experience points, let's say. However, if I use a rank 4, it gives you 350. Let's see if these two are different. Yes. So if you feed it the same faction as what it is, here you can see I'm trying to give it a militia faction, I think that is. It only gives 100. However, when we give it the exact same faction, we get that bonus of 20 for a rank 3. For rank 4, it will be higher. Here we can see the commons. If we give a rank 4 common, it's 300, and a normal rank 4 that is not the same faction, it is 250. So let's say we want to level him. We select all the units we would like to use, and at the top we can see the stats increase. And then we can just hit level up. It costs us squad coins, And there we have now leveled our unit. So quite important that we will now be using our commons and our rares to actually level our units along with squad coins, and we will then be using fragments and only fragments for Ascensions. And where do we get fragments from? From battles, from summons, and also you would have seen that in my library we have these little numbers above it, 1 3 5 2 3 2, and I will use Mole as an example. You can only have 2 copies in battle, so technically all of these here at the end, that's 3, is extras. And what you do is you select which one of those you would like to convert into fragments, and here we can see that converted. Now, I am not too sure yet where the level 15, not level 15, where the level 300 comes in for epic and legendaries, but we shall see, and when that does come, we will be ready with quite a few things. Same goes for your legendaries, where you now, this is my second copy of a werewolf that I just got the other day, but in essence he will be broken up into shards to feed into his friend there, to get him to a higher rank. Or alternatively, yeah, well, that is how it's going to go. We can get rid of the second copy to feed into our friend here, because he needs to be ascended as well. So yeah, a lot of things happening, a lot of things, but on the screen also it looks very, very different. And let's just spend a moment looking at that. So you'll have your attack and your health, and even on that for werewolf you can see it has decreased dramatically from what it was previously, with the rebalancing, but I think that's across the board for all units. It looks a lot more, how can we say, palatable and easier to understand. The numbers are a lot smaller, comprehensible. There we go. Maybe that's the right word. Now here you can see skills, and at the bottom you see a little 5 2 1 5, and that is just the order in which these skills have already been maxed for now. And then gear at the bottom, you'll see that all our legendary, and that's the color of it. So if there's a purple there or a green, it just means that one of the gear sets is a different level, which is great. And here you can also see the rebalancing on all of the other stats. Great stuff. And then talents, it also just gives you a quick overview of where you're at with that. Almost enough to get this last bit, but yeah, quite a good overview. Easy to understand, easy at a glance to see everything that you need to. So yeah, quite significant change, and something that we'll need to get used to. It will take some time, as you know, those that have been around for quite a while have gotten used to certain things being certain ways. Let's just quickly collect those before we forget. So in the next few days I will be opening all of these chests and merging them into rank 4s, and then feeding in the library where I would like to level any unit. So for instance, Sekhmet, where I would like to level her up, I will feed her faction trainer and her faction units, and only rank 4s, because obviously they give you a lot more bang for your buck. But great stuff. Now let's just pop a few more. My energy stores here will also decrease very quickly. Another massive change is in events. When we're coming to any of these, you will see quite a bit of a change. It is not only these 4 levels anymore, or 6, but 25. So it will now be a very strategic move as to which of these you would like to go for and play for, depending on what you need. And also, I think training units in your army camps will be a bit more of a thing now, that you can use those common and rare troops to level others. But yes, this definitely changes things. As you can see, all of them go to considerably higher levels, so a lot more rewards, but also a bit more of an energy cost, which is good. And then I think one of the changes that I think is the coolest and adds the most, well, 2 things. Firstly, let's go into a battle. You'll see all of these little arrows or lines, and those just indicate the most common logic for the current setup. So here we can see it's telling me those assassins are going to jump to the back, and if I put this unit here, they will then target him first. If I move him to there, nothing happens. He's just going to run to the front and try and attack those goblins. Now, if I move him to the front, those red lines again indicate that those units want to attack me. So, very easy to position and to plan. However, these targets slightly change when the battle starts and things start jumping around, but all great. And here at the top we can see there's a faction bonus. Now, what does this mean? If you line up 4, 6, or 12 units from the same faction on the battlefield, you get either a 10, 20, 50% damage in health and health bonus, for your whole army. And this stacks. So now here to the right hand side, we can see this indicates what we could potentially get. And if I tap auto, oh, nope, it's not telling me. It's not telling me that. Yeah. Let's get through this one and see if the next one does something for us. Always, when you want to show somebody something, it'll never work. Let's see if this does what I would like it to do. Also not. Okay, let me do it. We have 2 of those, and let's, for argument's sake, just add those. And there you can see we have a +4 wildling faction bonus. So our entire army now has +10 damage and +10 health. And me sacrificing a rank 10 unit for a rank 4, is it worth it? That damage might just see us through, and that health, so let's see where we go. Obviously, it's important for us to remember that these are very low-level, low-tier units in Tower of Fate, so please don't think that is, by any definition, me being great. Now, let me just quickly show you guys this. Let's see if we can get a bunch more. That's this. There you can see we have +4 in that, and let's just add you in, and we have a +4 in divine, so now we have a +20, +20. Like I said, it stacks. However, now if we can get in 2 of those, and let's see. Do I have? Yes. Yeah. Now we have 6 and 6, which is in the 20% range. So we have plus 40% attack and plus 40% health. So depending on your setup and which unit you have, you can really boost your entire army. And if you have that split of 6 and 6, that 50% damage and health really looks appealing. But yeah, it'll just open us up to more discussion, I think, around how to play things, what to position where, what are the best combos, and all that jazz. Now, that is already a bunch of things that have changed, and there's still more. Maybe push through. Let's push through. Now, summons. Again, let's just see. Let's just tell us about changes. So this is great. So, obviously, they want the chances of getting legendaries a bit higher. Also, the feature units have a higher chance of being pulled, and you can add your 2 top choices that will also increase those units' chances. Okay, great stuff. So who would we want? Let's, for instance, say we want that one, and we want Toad Druid. Now, their chances will increase for me as well as the featured units. For Legendary and Celestial summons, with the 10% drop chance, what they say in the dev notes is when you do a 90 summon for 10, you will be guaranteed a Legendary. So that is quite exciting. And then when we get to faction summons, same as it was previously, just the probabilities are slightly lower. And then when we go to essential summons, same. The probabilities are just lower, but we still have our wish list that we can build. And here we need another one. Who will be put in there? Let's get him leveled. So, yeah. And there we can see it tells us there's a new unit here. And with that, let's actually quickly look at what that unit is. Wave Warrior Drenthist. So I'll be doing a short video after this on him, but as you can see, max army power quite high. And let's just quickly go through his skills. He summons a wave, and this wave lowers people's attack and movement speed. Also deals some damage. Then you have that one, where any unit that is electrocuted while under the effects of the wave will receive a one-time electrical explosion with 180% of Drenthist's damage. And then Hi'inalu, where a unit affected by Kai Mana will have their defenses decreased by 30%. Great stuff. And then the last one, the Kupukai. If a unit dies while under the effects of Kai Mana, Drenthist's damage will increase by 25% for the whole duration of battle, which is quite good. Does seem good. We'll definitely look at what he looks like when we get him in chambers, hopefully. But I think with that, that's enough for this video. There's a lot more, but as we play, as we progress, I will obviously share that with you. As you can see, I'm trying to get my barracks up to level 20. These others are quite low. And then I'll focus on them. But yeah, I hope that was informative, and I look forward to sharing more with you guys going forward. If there's anything, as always, please leave it in the comments. Please share as much as you can. We're all learning together, and I love the community. So share and let's get this going. With that, have a great day and see you guys soon. Cheers.